Happy holidays, everyone. Welcome inside the 7 Sports Cave. I'm your host, Justin Rose, joined today by Dan Wetzel, Yahoo National columnist. National, that's right. Big time over there. Big time over there as well. Devin Gardner, former Michigan quarterback. Devin,
medium time.
Do you need a hug?
I think I'm fine.
Are you sure?
I think I'm fine, and we're going to talk about it.
Still got the socks.
He still has the socks on.
Go blue.
That's right.
Go blue, don't worry.
We'll be fine.
Maybe next year. Sadly, we've been hearing that, though, for 3 years now.
Many years.
4.
Many years.
Turning into, what, since 2000? Something like that? Yeah. They
you don't have to keep going, but we get it.
I get it. Look, I'm not here to rub salt in the wound because we got to get to the bottom of this. We have to talk about it. We have to go into a little bit more depth because I think Michigan fans right now are clamoring for something to hang on to because what we witnessed in Columbus was completely off the script from what we had gotten to know, at least for this season. Where are you guys at with this?
I think something needs to be explained, right? I mean, you just didn't see the same team that we saw all year. And I was on record saying, hey, in this game, ignore what you saw against Purdue, ignore what you saw against Maryland, whatever you want to say, you're going to see the best version of themselves as far as Ohio State goes. And I think that we will be the best version of ourselves. And that was not the case. Yeah, but for Ohio State, they outcoached us. They outplayed us. They outran us. They outhit us, right? They did everything that they need to do. Special teams, they won on every phase, and I just don't know how that happened, as far as I mean, it's baffling to see something like that happen after the season we've had.
Stunning bits were just how much faster Ohio State was. Did not see that coming. Their big-time playmakers made plays. Urban Meyer's always been great at getting the ball in the most dynamic players' hands, whether that is a quarterback, a wide receiver, whatever. He was doing that. Obviously, Haskins had a massive game, but they're wideouts. He's getting the ball. I didn't think Michigan was creative that way to get it to Peoples-Jones or Nico Collins, guys that could break the game open. The defense just wasn't there. There's no pass rush. There just wasn't the Michigan team that we had seen, even against Notre Dame.
Right.
It was a very close game. They could not stop them. I mean, that third quarter, after the first drive, I don't even think that Ohio State had a third down. They just were running right through them. Everything was going bad, and there was nothing you could do. But I just thought the talent level that was on the field was much greater than what I thought was going to happen.
Let's start on the defensive side of the ball. We'll get to the offensive side of the ball a little bit later, but we have to start with the strength of Michigan's team this year. And you guys talk about, and everybody at this point is talking about, at least writers nationally, locally, down in Columbus, is talking about the difference in speed. How come we didn't see Ohio State do this to anyone else all season long, maybe TCU, but all of a sudden they looked a lot. I don't think it's fair to say that Michigan doesn't have the speed. I think they do. I think they had a terrible game and they were put in terrible situations to try to execute. But, Devin, you know this rivalry more than most. I mean, can you believe that defense, who, look, they were the ones behind the revenge tour. They were the ones with all the hype. They were saying, come at us all year. And for them to just be a shell of what we had seen. I mean, where did that,
I think it starts because Urban Meyer and Ohio State had a phenomenal plan, right? Football is all about matchups, right? And they found the matchups that will give us the most problems, right? We're a team that plays man. We're going to live and die by man defense, and we're going to rush the passer, right? What is Ohio State's answer? We run crossing patterns, which are tough to deal with when you play man, and we're going to get the ball out quickly. So now there's no pressure, and now we have to actually cover and chase guys all over the field who are very fast, right? So when you're on defense, you're at disadvantage. The offensive guy's going to look a lot faster because you have to react to them, right? So the speed, like you said, I don't think it's a disparity in speed, right? They're not that much faster, but because of the position they were put in, I mean, it looked like we were not very fast.
Does this expose Don Brown a little bit? Maybe the formula to beat Michigan moving forward, unless some things are changed? Because everyone's got 4.4 speed in the Big Ten at least.
Well, I think you're playing now an elite team, okay? And if you look at the top 10 in the AP poll yesterday, the average total points in every game they played in was 80. Okay, you're looking at Clemson and Alabama. They're trying to score 50 to 60 points every single game. Oklahoma, Ohio State. They have these offenses now. And if you're going to play that level of team, anyone can lay 50 or 60 on you against decent defenses.
Right.
They can put that on you. So the idea of just grinding out victories 21-7 and 17-3, it's just too hard when you get to that level. You can win a lot of games, and they did. They won 10. This wasn't a total disaster of a year. This feels like it right now for a Michigan fan. But you get to that level, you're going to get beat with these offenses. It's just the way the game's played, and Urban Meyer has been one of the best at that.
Jim Harbaugh has proven that he can beat pretty much everyone else except Ohio State. So now we turn our attention to the offensive problems from yesterday. Look, we all know how Jim Harbaugh wants to run his offense. He wants to dictate things with the run, time of possession, wants to have turnovers kind of cause the game. It's very similar to what we see from other coaches. I mean, Alabama can put up points, but they're a run-first based offense. I mean, if you can run, and that's how Michigan's won 9, 10 of their games this year, by running the football effectively. Is Jim Harbaugh going to have to look in the mirror now and go, what are we doing? What am I doing as the mastermind of this offense to change it and so that they can compete with these type of elite teams?
I thought that the stubbornness that has worked for us, right? The stubbornness that we've displayed has got us to 10 wins, right? That's the reason we're able to run the ball so well is because we were so stubborn with the run game and, throwing when we need to. But in this game, the plays have to be made, and it's going to have to be made through the air a lot of the time, right? And then you're going to be able to run the ball. And for us to have a Donovan Peoples-Jones who's phenomenal and making plays all over the field, Nico Collins, I think these are two guys that could possibly be first-rounders, and then Tariq Black being back, I just don't see how we didn't create more mismatches. Chris Evans in the backfield, where Ohio State has shown a propensity to be beaten by a running back out of the backfield or line up at wide receiver, and we did it a little bit, but just not enough. I don't see how we can still be so pedestrian in our play calling when we have a team on the other side in the game who is gonna score points.
I think they need. I think Shea Patterson is a very good quarterback. He's not a great quarterback. Too much of this game was about him making the play to get the ball to those guys. They needed to do more ways. Be creative and get it. Peoples-Jones can play with anybody. Collins can play with anyone. You need those guys in space somehow. Shea Patterson is good, but Jim Harbaugh does not have that elite guy that's going to be able to always make those great passes, especially under a very good pass rush that showed up for Ohio State.
Right.
So all of those things are it. But the number one problem in this entire thing is Urban Meyer. Michigan needs a coaching change, and it's not in Ann Arbor, it's in Columbus. They need him to retire, move on. You saw a video of like Shelley Meyer crying on the sideline. You wonder, is this their last game? He's got health issues. That's what they need. This guy has got them. He is such a good coach, and Harbaugh's doing a very good job, but against them, that focus all year round, everything Urban Meyer is doing is absolutely dominating this series. 7 in a row for Meyer, 7-0.
We have seen Jim Harbaugh make CEO-type decisions when it comes to his coaching staff, but we haven't seen maybe an offensive guru. I know Pep Hamilton came in as a special assistant to the regional manager, if you will, because he doesn't have the reins.
Some title.
Some title.
Yeah.
But will we see Jim Harbaugh maybe do something to help this offense evolve?
That's a tough question, right? Because even though, like you said, it doesn't feel like it for Michigan fans that, it feels like a terrible season, right? We won 10 games, right? When you win 10 games, we're probably going to win 11, right? We're going to probably beat whoever we play in the bowl game, right? You're going to have a long time to prepare. So it's like, I guess if it's not broke, don't fix it, but we have to win this game, right? You go into this game against Ohio State, you have to win this game and show everything that's happened to this point has not been a fluke, right? It has been because we have gotten better, and I think we have gotten better. Now, I think it's a little bit of the wrong place, wrong time, right? In Columbus, right? Everybody talking down at them. Their coach having problems, right? They're fighting for a lot of different things. They got some guys on their team that are from the state of Michigan who know exactly what this rivalry is about, and they showed up big. You know what I mean? And it's really tough to say, but like you said, Urban Meyer, don't you want to stop, don't you? Don't you want to stop?
Well, and to that point, I mean, there were murmurs and rumors that maybe this was the last year for him with the health issues and all the off-season distractions coming into going back to his health and kind of how close these games have been. I mean, you looked at him, he did not look great. I mean, could we maybe see?
He looked pretty healthy on Saturday.
Yeah, no headaches came up on Saturday. He was having no problem whatsoever.
He was all right.
That was pretty much the issue. No, look, he has health issues. I mean, he's bending over. He looks terrible all season. All the other stuff we're talking about are like tweaks of we play maybe this play call or that. Maybe get this recruit, not that. But look, he's got it rolling, and he's dominating the league. He's dominating this rivalry. He's coming into Michigan and getting great football players to come play down there. He goes all over the country and gets good football players. He's not going anywhere. He's got a 92% winning percentage. He had undefeated seasons at Utah, Florida, and Ohio State. He's won 3 national titles. Like, you know, he's Urban Meyer. There's Saban, there's Meyer. They got him. Michigan doesn't. So until you get past that, I don't know where this goes. This obviously was a shot where you're not going, man, it's a ball placement on the 4th down or one more play. This was thorough. And I don't know how you solve that problem until, they go with Ryan Day. Looks like a promising offense coordinator. Guess what? He didn't Urban Meyer. These things swing, but as long as Meyer's here, maybe you need to offer him a spot on the cave.
Come on in.
You give him something to do, right? You could get him a job up here.
Yeah, when he left Florida,
he can come here and
Urban.
he's done media. He's done media.
We pay well, right?
Get in here, Urban.
About $7 million a year.
Join the couch.
Let's pay
Stop the coaching.
Sports gave $7 million a year, right?
Roughly.
I take a hometown discount.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. How should Michigan fans feel moving forward this week? Look, we know they're going to find out which New Year's Six game they're going to be in coming up, but we all know that, as we've said, look, 10 wins that's great, but when you have expectations and the chips were falling for them, I wanted to bring up the fact that we talked about how Urban is still there and he's not going anywhere. They win this game. They dominate 62-39 the other way. Maybe Urban does think about stepping away. Maybe everything comes to a
winning
head.
could have done it.
He got something, baby.
Or winning could have done it. He can just sit there and say, never got me. I'm walking out of here a legend.
And
I don't know.
That could be it, too.
It could swing any way with that. Or he could be back there. He could be in Ann Arbor winning 62-39 next year.
Yeah, he goes on, and they can make a run because they're a phenomenal football team. Mm-hmm. They win the Big Ten championship. I don't see them taking a Big Ten champion Ohio State with 1 loss and not putting them in the playoff, right? Who can play defense. They proved it. They play offense very well. I don't see them leaving out a playoff. They can play with anybody in the country. If they win a national championship, Urban, I don't see why you stay, right? Just leave. Leave out on top.
Devin's going to go and try to, hey, can I wash your car for you today? Can I get your shoes?
Every guy in Ann Arbor.
Let me help you find a way to retire.
Retirement baskets down to Columbus.
Yeah. Let's send them a fruit basket.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But honestly,
good luck with that, Michigan fan. Good luck, but that's pretty much your plan at this point.
It's true. It's sad, but it is true. And I think that the general feeling of Michigan fans today is disappointment beyond all recognition because they thought that this was the year for them to do it. And now you're sitting there going, are we any better than where we were when we hired Jim Harbaugh?
If you remove emotion, you have to say kudos to Ohio State, right? They had a great plan, right, in every facet of the game, right? Block punt, all different things. Kudos to them. They were the better team on that day. Now, do we play them again and it looks a little different? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not, right? It was pretty convincing. But they were a better team on that day, for sure. So I think you give kudos to them. We move forward. Like you said, we're going to be in a great bowl game. Those guys are going to have some fun. Well, maybe not that much fun. Harbaugh's going to be pissed. But it's going to be fun. I think we'll win the bowl game, whoever we play. And, move forward. Move forward. Fight on.
Got to get a quarterback.
Do they have that quarterback on the roster right now?
Maybe. Well, Milton looked good at the end. I don't know.
We'll see.
McCaffrey. He's had a chance. He's had a chance to recruit.
We might have something, baby.
Well, hey, we want to hear from you as well. Use the hashtag 7SportsCave. I'll get to your tweets later on in the program. Speaking of a team who can't hang with Ohio State, it's Michigan State. They couldn't really hang with Rutgers either. So we'll talk about that coming up next here on the 7 Sports Cave. Stay with us.